The boy at the bus stop. Every afternoon, 17-year-old Mason caught the same bus home from school, and every afternoon he noticed the same boy. The boy always sat at the old bus stop near the football field. He wore headphones, carried a sketchbook, and spent most of his time drawing while waiting for his ride home. Mason had no idea what his name was. He only knew one thing. He couldn't stop thinking about him. For months, their interactions were limited to awkward glances. Sometimes the boy would smile. Sometimes Mason would smile back. Neither ever said a word. His friends teased him constantly. Mate, just go talk to him. Easier said than done. What are you scared of? Everything, Mason thought. The truth was, he wasn't just nervous about talking to a cute guy. He was nervous about what it meant, about admitting to himself why he looked forward to catching the bus every day. Then one rainy afternoon, everything changed. A sudden storm rolled across town. Students scrambled for cover. Mason sprinted toward the bus stop and squeezed under the small shelter. The sketchbook boy was already there. For the first time, they were alone. The silence felt enormous. Rain hammered against the roof. Mason's heart raced. Finally, the other boy looked up. Pretty terrible weather. Mason laughed. Yeah, great conversation, genius. The boy smiled. I'm Oliver. Mason. They shook hands. A simple moment, but it felt important. Over the next few weeks, they talked every day about school, music, movies, life. The conversations came easier than Mason expected. Before long, he found himself looking forward to them more than anything else. One afternoon, Oliver showed him his sketchbook. The pages were filled with incredible drawings, landscapes, animals, people, even the old bus stop. You're really talented, Mason said. Oliver smiled shyly. Thanks. Mason turned another page, then froze. It was a drawing of him, standing beside the bus stop, looking out toward the road. Oliver's face immediately turned red. Oh, Mason couldn't stop smiling. You drew me? Oliver laughed nervously. Maybe. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Mason quietly said, I like it. Oliver looked relieved. The following Saturday, they met at the local park. Then the Saturday after that, and the one after that. Soon they were spending nearly every weekend together. The friendship grew quickly, but so did something else. Something neither of them quite knew how to talk about. One evening they sat on a hill, overlooking town as the sun disappeared behind the horizon. Orange light painted everything gold. It's beautiful up here, Oliver said. Mason nodded. Yeah. Neither moved. Neither seemed eager to leave. Finally, Oliver broke the silence. Can I tell you something? Sure. Oliver stared toward the sunset. I've never met anyone like you. Mason felt his heart skip. What do you mean? Oliver smiled softly. I mean, you're my favorite person. The words hit harder than expected. Mason felt warmth spread through his chest. You're my favorite person, too. Oliver looked at him, really looked at him. And suddenly everything felt different. The air, the moment, the way their eyes met. For months, both had been circling around the truth. Now it was impossible to ignore. Mason took a breath. Oliver? Yeah? I think I like you. Oliver's smile appeared instantly. Good. Mason blinked. Good? Because I like you too. Both boys started laughing. Not because anything was funny, because neither could believe how long they'd been afraid to say it. As darkness settled across the town, they sat together talking about the future. About dreams, about possibilities, about all the things they wanted to do. For the first time, neither felt alone. They didn't know exactly what the future held. Nobody ever does. But they knew one thing. The next chapter would be written together, and that was enough. As the stars appeared overhead, Mason realized something. Sometimes the person who changes your life isn't someone you've known forever. Sometimes they're simply the boy sitting at a bus stop, waiting for you to finally say hello.